Good morning, everyone. So, welcome again. Good morning to my fellow Filipinos. Good morning, and probably it's going to be nighttime already in some parts of the world because we also have guests and participants who are actually viewing from outside the Philippines. So, to all of you, good morning from Cebu, Philippines, and I hope that everyone is safe and everyone is doing well despite this pandemic and despite what is happening in our country and in other parts of the world. So, welcome to the Holistic Wellness from your own garden, brought to you by Amonsagana. My name is Mild, and I will be your host for today. Well, we all know that this COVID 19 pandemic has changed life as we knew it. And as we try to live each day and get to the new normal, we're constantly faced with uncertainties and challenges, not to mention the lockdown causing long term anxiety for many. During this trying time, isn't it everyone's dream to be just in a place where they can move freely, physically, mentally, emotionally, and creatively? A place where everyone can live a life with abundant lifestyle choices, including the choice for the right food to eat. It is actually for this reason that today we bring you holistic healing from your own garden as the first of Amonsagana's lifestyle series, which is very much timely to teach some traditional ways of preparing organic and non GMO food to reduce anxiety, to improve our energy levels and health, as well as strengthen our body's ability to fight invasive viruses more effectively. In this time of pandemic, cliche as it may sound, we have to eat our food as our medicine. Otherwise, we would need to eat medicine as our food. Later on, we will be joined by our distinguished speaker, a renowned resource speaker, who is very much an advocate of organic lifestyle and healthy living. But before that, allow me first to take you for a quick tour to Amonsagana, Cebu's health and wellness destination. All right, most of you might have already heard about Amonsagana, but let me just make this quick, just to refresh some of you, and for those who are not yet familiar with Amonsagana, this is going to be the introduction to them. All right, so Amonsagana, I would claim, as the health and wellness destination of Cebu, Philippines. It's located in the Mandayog Hills in Barangay Pundul, in I would say a progressive and still laid back town of Balamban, which is west of Cebu. We believe that a project as desirable as Amonsagana deserves a location just as desirable. That is why we strategically locate the project in an area with high elevation that aims to create an exclusive, sustainable community intended for the discerning few who are already tired of the hustle and bustle and the rat race city life. Amonsagana is considered as a safe haven for health and wellness, especially ideal for those who are already planning to retire or for those who are just looking for a second home or a weekend house away from the city. Indeed, Amonsagana gives a breath of fresh air, figuratively and literally, because of the panoramic view of the mountains and the sea. But wait, that's not all there is in Amonsagana. Amonsagana still offers a lot more of activities and other things or abundant lifestyle choices that people can actually enjoy. Just imagine yourself starting your day, waking up every morning, and having your favorite coffee and reading a good book in your own balcony while facing this panoramic view of mountain or sea. And then you can decide afterwards if you'd want to stay just in your house, or maybe you can just go outdoors with your families and friends, or all by yourself and take a long walk, and probably or perhaps finding yourself by getting lost in nature. Or maybe most of you would just prefer staying in your own garden, maybe trying to figure out on what new plants or herbs or other vegetables you can plant just in time for the next occasions to come. Or maybe you can just stop and meditate and be at peace with yourself. And of course, you can always wrap the day up by just sitting in your old balcony, watching the sun as it slowly sets. So all these and more are what we bring in Amonsagana as what we call as the health and wellness destination of Cebu. And of course, in Amonsagana, we don't just build, but we build responsibly with this philosophy in mind to nurture a sustainable environment in communion with nature. That is why we have been acknowledged and recognized by the Urban Land Institute of the Philippines and the Philippine Green Building Council as one of the Philippines' safest and healthiest places to live in the country during the Healthy Places Awards in 2016. With green in mind, we also have our houses, we design our houses in such a way that you get to see more of what's outside. And at the same time, we use eco-friendly features with large windows, large doors for natural ventilation. Not so typical for most houses you can see here in the city or maybe here in the entire Philippines. And on top of that, when we deliver the house, it also comes with the organic garden, which is actually in line with our advocacy for organic lifestyle and healthy living. And it is actually very timely that today we will be joined by one person who shares the same advocacy and who also believes in organic lifestyle and health and wellness. He is someone who has been an advocate of this kind of lifestyle for the longest time ever. So ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you our resource speaker this morning. He is actually a graduate of Doctor of Medicine from the Virgin Milagrosa University Medical Foundation, San Carlos City, Pangasinan. He studied health and wellness at Jordan Rubin Health Institute from Kentucky, USA. He's the president of Negros Island Certification Board for Organic Farms. He's also a member of the board of the Negros Island Sustainable Agricultural and Rural Development, or NISARD, Negros del Norte Sugar Planters Association, and Negros Seal of Excellence. He is also a member of the International Slow Food Movement in Turin, Italy, and a consultant of ABS-CBN Foundation on Health and Nutrition. He has been a speaker to several conventions, countless conventions and events, and if I'm going to read them, it's actually going to cost me a little more number of hours. But yeah, he's been speaking to a lot of conventions already. But ladies and gentlemen, he is the owner of Rapha Valley Place of Wellness in Salvador Benedicto, Negros Occidental. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you the renowned medical doctor turned organic chef and health and wellness guru, Dr. Albert Ho.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Naka-unmute eh. Okay. So, good morning, everyone, especially to our guests. Okay. Today, I will be speaking to you about a natural way to fight COVID at these times, because a lot of people are into these fears of the pandemic. So I will open with a word from the national, just sent today by the Philippine National Telecommunications to me. And it says, COVID-19 is bringing a lot of fears to our hearts. But if we continue following seriously health protocols, we can have assurance of a Merry Christmas. Okay? So today, I will be opening with a slide, okay, about the immune system. How we will build our immune system, because we will not wait anymore for the vaccine to be developed. As I was telling you a while, for my lectures for 17 years, that, we should always build our immune system so that no matter what is happening in the world today, okay, this virus will not stop mutating, and it will be more virulent when it comes years after that. But if we have a good immune system, we can fight everything, okay? Our health depends really on our immune system. And the health says that it is second to our brain. That's why we have to build our immune system. Okay? There is a direct correlation between health and nutrition. Okay? And 75% of our immune system cells is produced in the gastrointestinal tract. That's why we have feed ahead of time our, we have to feed on good food, organic food, not tainted with a lot of chemicals that we have today, so that we will have a good absorption, a good bacteria in our system to absorb and digest, to give our body a very, very good nutrition daily, so that we can fight, okay? We can fight this virus. This slide that I'm showing you right now, when you eat something, very, very good nutritional value, 3 hours after, when your stomach closes and release all the food the digested food into your small intestine, your body now, okay, will receive all this nutritional value food that you have assimilated in your body, and it will signal the brain that you are well. But if you are eating only fast food with no value, for example, whatever fast food you have, fried food and all of these toxins, after 3 hours, your brain will signal the body that it is starving already. So you will need again another snack or another food. And what is your snack usually? It is sandwiches, it is biscuits, it is chips with sodas that has no value again. So in another 3 hours, your body will signal again, it is starving. That's why my advice always is to eat healthy. To eat healthy food with no chemical compounds that is added right now in all of fast food. I have a sister 2 weeks ago that is the one formulating for all these flavorings for the big corporations, and he said she cannot just imagine how dangerous it is, the chemicals that they put in there just to flavor the food, okay, that we are buying from these stores, that we are buying in cans, that we are buying, okay, from preserved freezers, food. So my advice to you is to give your body, even as a start, one meal that is really valuable, that is composed of a lot of natural food like salads, green salads, with natural dressings. A lot of people are eating salads, but the dressings are still fat. The dressings are not natural because they just buy. You can just make your dressings. I will show you later on that our dressings in Rapha Valley, in our place, is just fruits, no, that you like our guayabano with toasted sesame is just guayabano, which is researched by Purdue University to be an anti-cancer. It is called graviola scientifically. It is proven to kill cancer cells with a lot of toasted sesame seed to give you high energy from the seeds. And that's all. And, you know, it tastes good and it is all natural. This is my advice to you to look right now, especially in this pandemic. I have been telling people in my lectures to start somewhere, you know, because if you will not start somewhere, you will be ending up with spending a lot of money, your income for your medication. That's why I am an advocate of health and wellness, following Hippocrates, your food is your medicine. Okay? So my next slide is about water. Okay? We must remember that 70 to 80% of our body is water. And the problem right now, all bottled water that are produced by this reverse osmosis is acidic water. And you know, it's so hard to give a lot of acidity in our body, especially the things that we're eating. All the carbohydrates is acidifying our body, especially the processed carbohydrates, especially the proteins that comes from cans, you know, from the fishes that comes from cans, and the meat that we can buy from somewhere that is just displayed there for several hours without even freezing it, and it stands still fresh because of the preservatives that it has. So all of these are making our body acidic. Plus, we top it with juices, with sodas that are 2.3 in acidity, with a lot of 12 to 14 teaspoons of sugar in it. So all of these are acidifying our body. So we start with water. In our place, we have this machine called Kangen that converts your water into ionized and alkaline water. So, but if you don't, because this machine is expensive, if you don't have just a simple calamansi, this small lime that we plant in our backyards, and then squeeze it with 1 glass of water, when it enters your body, it is converted into alkaline already. And you will be helping around 70 to 80% of your body. And you know, there is a proof into this. Linus Pauling, a 2-time Nobel awardee, has this research that no disease or bacteria can thrive in alkaline environment. So in this pandemic, when you are drinking alkaline water by putting just calamansi, a lot of people are doing lemon. But you know, the 30 pesos comes from China. And this lemon is full of chemicals, sprays. You know, you can just imagine it arrives to the Philippines fresh like your fake apples, the GMO apples that you like to eat, the Fuji apple they call it. It does not come from Japan, it comes from China. And all of these are chemicals. It will not even rot in 11 to 14 days. You observe it without refrigeration. So these are not anymore real fruits, okay? It's full of chemicals. That's why my advice always to people, this is cheap. Your 30 pesos can go a long way because 1 kilo of your calamansi is only 60 pesos. And, you know, it can go a long way. How many glasses of water you can take, even for a week? With all of this, you need only 12 glasses of 8 full ounces of water to hydrate your body every day. Please do not go lower than this with the heat right now, with you staying in your house. Rehydrate a lot so that you can maintain your temperature, and the viruses and bacteria that comes will be flushed out in your urine. So you will be cleansing and cleansing and cleansing and rejecting all the bacteria and the viruses that comes in with water alone. So this concoction that I am telling you is one of the protection that will give you a fearless daily I mean what is that? A fearless daily assurance that that no bacteria or disease can come into your system, even if you are exposed to it. Because I know, that even though how the government will caution us, like the tourism right now in our place is telling us to be 50%, and people should be 1 meter to 2 meters in distances, and the another thing is that alcohol every 20 minutes is what tourism is telling us. That's why in all our tables we are putting alcohol, and there is distances always, no, and they have to take out only their mask and their shields when the food is about served in the table. So all of this, we have to follow the protocols now. But if you are adding water and alkalinizing your system, you can help. You can just imagine 80% of your body. Okay? So I believe that this is the beginning that you can do. I always tell my guests to start with water, always. My next slide is this precious malunggay, because I will be teaching you that fresh malunggay is very very good. A lot of people are afraid of using malunggay because they said it absorbs whatever is in the streets, whatever is exposed to. But you can just put one tablespoon of baking soda in your basin and put your malunggay there, and it will eliminate all the toxins that was there in the surface of your malunggay leaves. Remember that all of this all of these things that are in our environment that is exposed are mostly acidic things. Then when you expose them to alkaline, it peels off. So that's why it is cleansed by baking soda, because it alkalinizes these things, and it will bring about water again, oxygen again inside your leaves, and it will be good again. Okay? Even your wilted lettuce come alive again. Okay? Your malunggay is very valuable and very cheap in the Philippines. Do you know that the Food and Nutrition Research Institute of the Philippines says that with 1/8 cup of malunggay daily, you will have 4 cups of calcium, 7 oranges, by 4 carrots, 3 bananas of potassium, 3.1 gram protein, and B complex. You can just imagine buying all of these things and preparing all of these things by just pureeing your malunggay. Just press your malunggay into a measure of 1/8 cup, add it into your juice, like pineapple, fresh pineapple, or whatever fruit, local fruit that you have, orange that is not grown in China, but oranges that is grown in the Philippines. I know in Cebu, you have a lot of oranges, green oranges that are grown in the mountains of Cebu, because I know we have farms that are certified in Cebu, and all of these are producing organic produce that are safe for your body. I always remember that when I was eating a lot of, when I was suffering from asthma years back, 17 years ago, and I was trying to heal myself with all the natural fruits and vegetables, snacking with carrots and cucumbers and all this. I stopped. When I stopped, just stop eating these chips of potatoes and corn chips, I experienced that instead of being attacked by asthma every 4 days, it becomes longer and longer, distant and distant, until such time that it was out of, I don't have to bring always my Ventolin spray. Okay. And I experienced by just changing little by little, doing away with all these acidic meats that we are producing in the Philippines, like our chicken, like our pork, chicken that is produced 22 days, 1 kilo, like our pork that is produced 90 kilos in I think 2.5 months, okay, with arsenic and all of that. No, I can expound on that in some of my lectures always, because I'm telling people that if you little by little change into a plant-based diet, you will get well, like me. Okay, I was suffering when I started 17 years ago. I was suffering from rheumatic heart, so I have Panadol injection every month, and I have asthma, and I have hypertension. So these three, at 63 right now, I don't have any maintenance. I don't take any vitamins. I take all the natural things like curcumin. I will tell you later on, every day, and I am well at 63. Okay, and thank God for all the wisdom that He's giving me to change. Because my lecture is always biblical based and medical based. Because like the fish, for example, I'll jump into this, that you will eat only the fish with scales. It is in the Bible. Because if you don't have fish with scales, are the only one with alkyl glycerol and when you eat them, when you eat the fish with scales, even though you take out the scales and prepare the fish, it's in the meat of the fish with scales that there is what is this? Alkyl glycerol that cleanses you automatically. Okay, so going back, so you know now how valuable our malunggay is. If you are in the US or in some parts of the world but there is no malunggay, kale is the best substitute. Okay. Then our next vegetable is alugbati. It's very cheap. You can plant it in your backyard. It's easy. I incorporate it in my salad right now. It's one of the beta-carotene, not only in carrots, and the zeaxanthin, all of these antioxidants that are very, very rich. Why do we need antioxidants right now? Because antioxidants, our surroundings are destroying our good cells every day through oxidative process. Okay, our cell phones, our television, our computers, and all of that. That's why I'm advising people to put cactus near the computer so that it will absorb the radiation and the positive ions that destroys our cells. So we need a lot of antioxidants now. And one of the richest antioxidants that we have, okay, I will be talking to you about antioxidants. That's why I'm explaining to you how important antioxidant is, and ionizing agents to protect the destruction of our cells. So the zeaxanthin and the lutein, beta-carotene in your alugbati, or our simple spinach in the Philippines. When I went to Australia, the one salad there in Melbourne cost you $42, and even my wife was cautioning me to not. Why will you buy? I said, it's so simple, alugbati. And I said, I want to try because people will be complaining again, alugbati in the salad. So we are serving it right now in Rapha Valley. Alugbati, we grow it and we put it in our salad, and it's good, antioxidant, very cheap and good. I'm telling you that the cheapest way to a nutritional destiny right now is to plant all of this in your surroundings. That's why, when I saw Amonsagana, I was really amazed that they have people, are privileged to have a 2-hectare garden inside the subdivision and are privileged to plant not only ornamental plants, but they are encouraged to plant just beside their houses and get beside their houses the herbs and the vegetables that they need daily. Okay? Our next slide is about ginger. The very simple ginger has sesquiterpene, a compound that delivers oxygen into all parts of your system. If you are tired in a day, for example, the simple ginger, you can just pound it, crush it, one size like your thumb, and you put it in a cup, pour hot water, and in 3 to 7 minutes, you have a tea, which will bring oxygen to all parts of your system. And you know, when you bring oxygen to all parts of your system, you know, you are alive again. All your cells will be oxygenated and you are alive again. You will be healthy again. You can fight whatever viruses and bacteria that came to you the whole day with just a ginger that has a lot of sesquiterpene. A lot of people right now are marketing ginger that are already powdered, and this is heated. So remember that every plant has to be fresh all the time to preserve the enzymes, because the enzymes of the plant should interact with our bodily enzyme to complete the digestive process, to nourish our body. So if we are already cooking, boiling, all of this, you know, destroying the enzymes, our bodily enzymes will have a hard time. That's why you experience sometimes that after eating, you are already dizzy and want to sleep. Because it is only your enzymes of the body that are trying to metabolize the food that has come in. Unlike when you are eating fresh greens or fresh juices from the greens, or from just pounding and putting just a hot water into your tea, the enzymes are not killed and they are alive, and they will interact with your bodily enzymes to bring forth whatever is in there in what you are eating. Okay? Next is cinnamon. The very simple cinnamon that is found in your trees. There is an island in somewhere in Mindanao that even when you go out of that island, it will be giving you the bark. Okay, and these are the local Philippine cinnamon that can be another powerful antioxidant that will give you 2 sticks of cinnamon. Okay, in 2 liters of warm water can lower your sugar, because cinnamon brings about not only the powerful antioxidant, but it is insulin effect in our system. You will just that half a teaspoon of cinnamon can bring about 6,688 ORAC, or oxygen radical absorbance capacity. It is increasing the capacity of our cells to absorb oxygen. And you know, when oxygen comes in, you know, it will wake you up. Okay, it will wake you up and it will nourish your body, absorbs more of whatever you are assimilating or metabolizing that has entered. That's why cinnamon is just cheap. You can just buy it for 16 pesos in some of the supermarkets, and you get a lot, like 20 or more of the bark. Okay? The next slide is one of the that I will say the star of this root, the roots, turmeric. Okay, turmeric is a powerful anti-inflammatory, and it is a research of Purdue University to be anti-Alzheimer's, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer. It lowers the cholesterol, so it stops, you know, the cholesterol deposits in our body. It lowers the sugar. It's anti-diabetic, and the uric acid. Okay, lets the uric acid out of our system. So the absorbance capacity that it gives is 3,975. Okay, and right now we have to stop inflammation in our body. No, this is as we grow old, our body, because of the food that we are eating, reacts all the time with inflammation. That's why a lot of people are developing all of a sudden by eating just meat, or whatever, dried fish or canned food or highly colored food like your tocino. They develop already, besides the action of the preservatives that builds uric acid in the body, it promotes the development of crystals. That's why you have pain, in your joints, and muscular pain, and sometimes even nerve pains that develops. These are inflammation that is developed from the food that you are eating, causing not only activating all of these uric acid things in our body, but also causing inflammation and causing allergies. So curcumin is one of the substances that can even pass the blood-brain barrier. The blood-brain barrier is the hardest to be penetrated, and it can penetrate our blood-brain barrier. That means, like me, for example, for 35 years, when I was staying with my parents in our town, we always cook with melted aluminum called caldero. And then we are using this, we call this kalahay that we fried into. These are all melted aluminums. And when you heat this aluminum, it goes to your food and it is brought to your brain. And this is the cause of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. That's why, when I started Rapha Valley, we started to, again, go back to the old way of wrapping, of putting, banana leaf when we do our cakes. Although all our cookwares are stainless steel, but when you go on a tour in Rapha Valley, I'll show you later on that we all cook on clay pots. Okay, or cook on clay pots. And we saute on clay pots. I have these clay pots made. And be careful also when you are buying clay pot, because a lot of people are shortening, the baking of clay pots, and they put a lot of sand. And sand has silica and it has lead in it. And when you hit the pots with a lot of sand in it, the lead will come out and little by little poison you. That's why, be careful of when you are buying pots, it should be the pots that is done in an oven. Okay, fired slowly, not by all of these piles of what is this, kugon grass that they put and then burn it. They put a lot of sand in there. So be careful of that. So you have seen that turmeric can help you a lot. This is what I'm drinking every day also. I call it turmeric shot. When you go to Rapha Valley, you can try. It's not bitter, because turmeric should not be bitter. The real local turmeric, which is Curcuma lunga, is not bitter. The bitter one is not the one. It is Thai turmeric or Curcuma sinensis, the one that is high in growing and is flowering. It's not the one. It's Curcuma lunga, which has a high curcumin, and it's not bitter. So I drink it every day. 20 cc of it extracted. Do not peel because the minerals is in there. You put a little bit of 10 cc of your coconut cream or your extra virgin coconut, because this enhances. This is like what is this? Vitamins that are soluble with oil. So they are like oil soluble vitamins that is more absorbed when there is oil in it. So you add your coconut cream or your oil into that, and 10 cc and 20 cc of turmeric plus pepper, black pepper, just a pinch of black pepper on top. You will have a very, very good absorption, because the black pepper there will enhance 50% absorption when you take your turmeric daily. But I advise you, when you start this, it should be 20 minutes no food, and 20 minutes food should be eaten after or drink after, because it will go out of your system. Okay? So that is how you prepare your turmeric. The next important plant that I will be telling you, we are growing this a lot, because during the pandemic, a lot of people, you know, stay in their homes, they stay stationary, no exercise. So most of them eat a lot of rice, even they are not exercising. How will you burn all these fats that develops from rice? Because it's 1:1. When you take white rice, it's 1:1. A cup of white rice, fully polished rice, that is very, very good for your taste, that you love eating a lot of rice, will give you, after 45 minutes, 1 cup of sugar circulating in your system. And after this sugar, your body doesn't like that there is 1 cup circulating in your system. So it will release, you know, the insulin and the enzymes, okay, to take out the sugar, okay, take out the sugar from your blood, and this will be turned into fat. A cup of fat will be produced. So you can just imagine if you are eating 2 cups, okay, and doing stationary thing. So how will you burn all this fat that develops? So little by little, all of this, your triglycerides will come up, even though you are thin, your body will become acidic, and your liver will catch all of the fats, the excess fats that is produced, and then so that it will not affect your blood, it will be filtered there and will develop what is this? You will develop fatty liver, okay, that most of the people have, even young people has, just last week, a 32-year-old came to me, and he has already fatty liver. And I said, you have to stop eating white rice, because when you are eating organic red rice, it will produce only 60% of sugar and fat, because the germ layer of the rice is there that has vitamins and minerals. So it is not, when you are eating rice, it is not zero nutritional value like the white rice. And again, you are eating a lot of bread. You know, another diabetic came to me, Doctor, I'm not eating rice anymore. But he is eating a lot of white bread. And all of this, the same conversion, whatever is the weight of the white bread that you are eating, will be converted all into sugar and fat. That's why, and a lot of people now will tell you, I will be using wheat. Oh, okay, and be sure of your wheat also, because a lot of bakeries now are just coloring the white flour with brown color to a thing, and to tell you that this is already wheat. You have to see the fiber in the wheat. Okay, it should be high fiber wheat. Okay, in our place, we are not even in Rapha Valley. We are not even using American flour or any flour. We are using Indian flour, so that it will be healthy. It has a lot of fiber, and the protein are still there, because it is a highly processed flour and bleached flour that becomes white, because a lot of people like this very, very white bread that are soft and all that, but it is not good, because all of this is sugar. You know, a lot of people are promoting this malunggay pandesal. Have you tried malunggay pandesal? Well, how will the malunggay thrive in your pandesal? It's heated 375 to 400 degrees already. All the enzymes are dead, and all the nutritional value is dead already. And they put sugar into it. Have you tried the malunggay pandesal that is always sweet? So it's just the name and the color and the bits of malunggay there that you see, but no value. Like when you drink hot calamansi, no vitamin C. It's just like drinking vinegar, something. But you have deactivated already the vitamin C by heating. This is the same. This Gynora is a very valuable plant, that was introduced to me by a cousin whose wife is suffering cancer in Singapore, and because he was also there with the wife, he eats a lot of this carbohydrates, bread and all that. He developed this high cholesterol triglyceride thing and was attacked with high blood pressure. And since this is the doctor, a very good doctor in Singapore that advised him and give him this plant to eat 7 leaves a day, and in a month's time, the cholesterol went down, and I have researched and asked for how to get this, and now we are planting a lot of this in Rapha Valley, and we are selling it at a very low price at 80 pesos per plant. And it helps a lot of people naturally because we put this in our salad. We are telling them just to grow it and eat it every day. You get antioxidant to protect your cells from oxidative process. It is antiviral. It stops inflammation. It is also stopping allergies. Okay, so you can research about Gynora procumbens, and a simple lowly plant that you can plant in your garden you will go a long way. This is what I'm telling you, that here in Negros right now, because of the pandemic, a lot of people are into being a plantita and a plantito, planting all these ornamental things, ornamental plants. But I'm telling them, I'm encouraging you to give a space in your garden, to have a pharmacy garden where you can have your herbs, where you can have all of these vegetables that you can plant, and it will help your body. Okay. These ornamental plants are beautiful also to look at, because in Rapha Valley, we plant also ornamental plants and to see the beautiful flowers, but we plant most, you will see later on in our salads that it is herb and flowered salad. So because I initiated this, I was teaching them, like when I introduced it in one of the resorts in Bohol, that we have to plant, and in ABS place in Zambales, Mango Grove at Bangkal River, to put flowers into incorporate flowers, because flowers has very, very high energy. When the plant flowers, it releases all its energy and nutrition into the flower, hoping that this flower will eventually produce the seed for the next generation. Yes. So, edible flowers will help you a lot, and you will go a long way with that, incorporating it in your salads, and to beautify the platings of your food. Okay. Even when I do my plant-based adobo, I put flowers on top of it to give it, meats are just one color, brown, and it's dead meat, okay, because it's cooked. Okay, so just eat a little and beautify your plate with a lot of greens and a lot of flowers. Next slide. Calamansi. This is what I'm telling you, that all the families of lemon and limes are alkaline. Neutralizes the excess acidity in our body. So when you lower the acidity of your body, you lower also the inflammation effect in your body. So when you alkalinize, you can just imagine that you are helping your body reject all the bacteria and viruses without taking any medication. You know how much is remdesivir, that is the anti-COVID that they are promoting right now, that the research of it is not even for COVID. It was discovered for another thing, and they are experimenting it into this. It's 11,000 for vial, and you will be injected 4 times a day. You can just imagine that, plus all the things, that you will be when you are in the hospital. One of our friends, spend 2.8 million just to survive COVID in St. Luke's Hospital. So you can just imagine that. And in the local hospital, one of our friend, husband and wife, paid 1 million for COVID. But with this calamansi alone, with all this in your surroundings, eating it, you can plant-based diet, you can protect yourself. You can build your immune system. With buko alone, your immune system will be built by monolaurin. Okay? Then onions, an excellent antioxidant. Onion is antiviral, antihistamine, and to tell you, when I was studying in the College of Medicine, we have this experiment. The first attack of high blood pressure, I used 2 tablespoons of onions chopped and 1 tablespoon of garlic, and in 2.5 hours, plus I was singing praise and worship. In 2.5 hours, the pressure normalized, and since then I changed my lifestyle. That was the turning point, that I changed my lifestyle.